Hey everyone, ArdrethShadow here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Shattered Time Rewind. Previously, after Amy sacrificed herself for Natsuki's sake, it turns out that it kind of did the trick and Natsuki is still alive. MC still kind of has some guilt over the whole thing, considering, he called Amy in the first place. However, it also seems as though him and Natsuki are starting to grow a little closer now. Interesting, that. Anyway, homeroom is here again, and surprise, it's another free period. Well, whatever. It's been a few days since Natsuki and I started talking more. It seems like we've really hit it off. Natsuki seems to be doing fine. Sure, she's still sad about what happened to Amy, but that's understandable. There have been a few times the last couple of nights where she's texted me how she was this close to crying. Sometimes I wish I could tell her what I know, but then there's no telling what that would do to her. Hey, I'm from the future, and I know why Amy died, because this, and that. Yeah, that definitely wouldn't go well, would it? Not only that, but seeing how much she trusts me, it would probably destroy her inside knowing I played a small part in Amy's death. Even with Yuri's logic, the fact remains that Amy only did that because I called her. With the school year almost over, I'm not even sure how well I'm going to be able to keep in touch with Natsuki when all is said and done. Something on your mind? What? Jeez, she really needs to stop doing that. I turn around to see a puzzled look on her face. And a whole lot of pink. No? What makes you say that? You mean aside from how you haven't turned around at all to say hi to me? Or how you've been sitting there with this dumb look on your face for the last 10 minutes? Why don't you tell me how you really feel? To the untrained eye, it might seem like we're hating on each other a bit, but in actuality, this is what our friendship has turned into. Basically, some light teasing and poking fun at each other. We've gotten a little more comfortable with each other to where we can joke around like this. I know she's not doing it to intentionally be a jerk to me, and I return the favor to her in kind. For real, though, what's going on with you? I was just thinking about how we're this close to graduation time. It feels like hardly any time went by. Tell me about it. I don't know what it is with time just speeding on through lately. Could be worse. You could be stuck in some stupid time loop with no idea what's going on. Yeah, I guess so. That's oddly specific, though. I just blurted that out. A toast to me and my big mouth! She can write that off as a stupid joke, but I have to watch myself next time. Yeah, don't blow your cover. I had to change the subject a little. So, what are you going to do after we graduate? Honestly, I'm not sure. I just figured I'd try to get some kind of job somewhere to help out my dad. How's it been for you all? Well, he was actually let go from the job he already had, for one. The hell? Yeah. Exactly what we needed to happen, right? Okay, well, this... Well, I don't know. Well, the expression and the fact that she isn't in focus kind of... Oh, well. He's been looking around, but he gets so fed up every time they reject him. Understandable. Who would want to be rejected over and over again? For real. The job hunting life, it can be very difficult. Although... This stays between you and me, got it? Got it. I've noticed him going out I've noticed him going out late at night. He never says anything about where he's going. One time I asked him and he just said, "I'm going out, so don't wait up." Yeah, like that's not gonna make me worry or anything. Yeah, that's... I don't even know where to begin with that. I do. I hope I'm wrong, but I have a feeling he's gotten mixed up with some bad people. My eyes widen. Yeah. I really hope I'm wrong, though. Yeah, no kidding. I never thought things would be that bad, though. Yeah, well, compared to before, it hasn't gotten any worse. Surprisingly, he's calmed down a bit, but he used to be something else. I'd be afraid to even be in the same room as him whenever he was stupidly drunk out of his mind. I'd rather not even go into it. Thinking back to the diary, she never mentioned anything specific about what he did. At least, not in the entries that I read anyway. Do I even want to know? The less you know, the better. In this case, that probably is true. Well, I mean, obviously, like, we know Natsuki, and we kind of know there's a certain pattern to how some of the mods that are about her work. So, I mean, like, it varies, especially. But, anyway. Sounds like you've had a lot of issues with your dad, then. Natsuki nods sadly, not even looking at me. That's something else we have in common. Her head perks up and her eyes dart at me. Oh. I had no idea. Don't sweat it. It's not something I go around telling everyone anyway. Whatever the case, I bet it's kind of the same with you. Natsuki hesitates for a moment before speaking. Yeah. Something like that. I'm not even sure how to respond to that. Or if I should respond at all. I doubt she wants to talk about it more than she already has, so I think about something else I can talk to her about. This might be a little wordy. But like I said, we are gonna kind of go over the mod and kind of hopefully what would be like the last update patch for it. I glance at the clock. The school day is almost over. I'm shocked at the next thing I say to her. And apparently so is she! Oh boy. You doing anything this weekend? What did I just say about blurting stuff out? She has this deer-in-the-headlights look when those words leave my mouth. Yeah, I would say so! Oh, look at the time. I should probably get going here. Sorry we couldn't continue talking about whatever it is we were talking about. Not really. Huh? If you're gonna ask me out, at least put some backbone into it. The hell? Who said I was asking you out? Whatever you say. Okay. Anyway, I think I'm good for Saturday. Oh, well, okay. What did you have in mind? Let me guess. You didn't think you'd get this far, did you? What? No. Kind of, actually. I mean, I did just blurt that out without thinking. How about a walk in the park? Huh. Isn't that what you're supposed to do on the way to the actual date? I didn't say it was a date. The look in her eyes says otherwise. Smug Natsuki is judging you. And could you cut me some slack here? Yeah, come on, cut him some slacks. I didn't think you'd actually agree to this. A toast to me and my big mouth for even causing all this. How about eating at a restaurant or something? Just so we're clear, we're talking about an actual restaurant here, right? Crystal ball don't last, sugar. Okay, well. I'm telling you, one of these days, that is going to make it into one of our mods. And I'm not going to apologize for it. You're not just going to take me to some cheap place that just barely passes as a restaurant, are you? No, but I can't exactly treat you to some fancy place where the food and atmosphere cost more than I do, either. As long as you don't take me somewhere like Pistol Pete's Pizza with that creepy animatronic cowboy mascot, then I'm fine with just about anything. Okay, well. Well, fun fact, at one point we did think of having, like, something like this, where they either go to a carnival or, like, well, obviously, yeah, we probably would avoid, like, a pizza place, that way it's not, like, a FNAF ripoff, but, like, we did think of having, like, some kind of mod where they all go to a carnival and everything just starts turning, like, extra creepy, but, as you can guess, that idea never really made it very far. Great. I mean, that works for me. Great! I'll grab my stuff! After that, maybe we can go for a walk in the park or whatever like you wanted to. Could you drop that already? Afraid not. Alright, then I guess that settles it for our date. And my voice has still been kind of... I don't know. Alright, then I guess that settles it for our date. I already told you it's not a... As if on cue, the bell rings. After the horde of wild animals clamor for the doorway, Natsuki nonchalantly walks out into the hallway. Just as I'm getting out of my seat, she calls out to me. We can work out the details later tonight, right? Yeah. I'm most likely gonna have to run it by my mom. Just so she knows what I'm up to and all. Yeah. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get this by my dad. Before I can respond to that, she turns around and continues walking. Given what I know about him, I'm not sure how her dad would respond to this. He's gonna show up at your front doorstep with a bat. Okay, well. Oh crap, how is my mom going to respond to this? Well, this is going to be fun. Wait, what's today anyway? After the whole Toronkos business, I've just lost all sense of time. I quickly take out my phone and look at the calendar. What is today? It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Okay, no. God, that song, I swear, like... Apparently her voice isn't that bad, especially more recently, but... It sounds so nasally in that song, and then the song itself has a lot to be desired. Okay, we're not here to talk about that Friday song, but... It's tomorrow? How do I get myself into these messes? Alright. Looks like I have less time to work with than I thought I did. Okay. Well, first things first. I'm gonna have to tell Mom about this. I can already think of a few ways this could go. Nothing I'm looking forward to in particular either way, though. Maybe if I'm lucky, she might have some useful advice for me. I never did this with Kodonoa when I had my chance. I definitely don't want to mess anything up here. Time to face the music. With that, I fumble with the lock, and then I gently open the door. And what happens next is up to you. Okay, not really. June 8th, 2019. Today's the day. Yay for more Tainted Love music. Or Night Nurse music, depending on how you think about it. And yeah, in case this wasn't obvious already, this is paying tribute to our other mods. So yeah, like, I literally picked music from almost every single mod we've done up to this point Tainted Love, Wicked Witchcraft, Night Nurse, even Akane's birthday. So, yeah. Oh, and well, Captive Heart, yeah, that was another one, and then Forlorn Heart being like the more recent example. Today's the day. The day that you die or something? I don't know. As per my mom's helpful advice, I'm out in front of the place early so Natsuki can spot me. I took out the pendant I got from Yuri. If she and Mio can wear those rings like fashion statements, then why not me? I don't know, maybe they can get away with it better. Yeah. I don't know why, but I just felt like it was a good idea. After talking with Mom, I texted Natsuki and we worked out the details. It seems like there was a place she wanted to check out around here, so we agreed to meet up sometime close to the afternoon. While Mom did kind of blow things out of proportion as I expected, she was actually helpful with her advice. She also seemed happy that I was doing something aside from being all mopey and depressed in my room. Not only that, but talking to a girl on top of it. I guess on top of it. I know, right? I felt kind of bad when she told me it bothered her, that she couldn't do anything to get me out of that funk. But then I told her it wasn't her fault. It wasn't anyone's fault, it's just something that happened. Sep. What the? God, I wish she'd stop doing that. Nearly gave me a heart attack. Here lies Shattered Time MC. He died from a heart attack. Okay, well. Well, that's one way to greet someone, I guess. Oh, sorry. How long were you there for? Not too long. I just got here, actually. It's a bit strange seeing her in something that's not her uniform, and she's being smug again. I think at some point Natsuki noticed me staring at her. Hey, I see you, Daniel. You better not make this weird or anything. I'm not! I'm just not used to seeing you dressed like that. Huh. Were you expecting me to be like some cartoon character wearing the same outfit all the time? What? No. Anyway, since we're already here, let's go inside already. It's so stupidly hot right now. You got that right. As she makes her way to the entrance, I pulled the door open for her. My, quite the gentleman you're quite the gentleman after all. She gives me a coy smile as she walks inside. I follow in right after her. We're blasted with cool air from the AC the moment we step inside. I take a look around. And, well, I guess speaking of Tainted Love, and to a lesser extent Carpe Diem Somnium, here's the cafe that they were in. I take a look around. It's a pretty decent place. It looks nice, but not I'm wasting a fortune just standing here nice. Mom was more happy to set aside some money for both me and Natsuki. Just as long as you don't go too overboard, as she put it. We go and choose a table kind of off to the side. She's looking down. Yeah. Gotta hand it to Zachman Awesomeness. Like, you did a pretty decent job with, like, all these different MPT-styled eyes for her. So, you know what you want? I don't really know the menu to this place, so I'm not sure yet. Yeah. I haven't been here before, so I guess it's going to be new for the both of us. I look around and notice more people are starting to pour in. Looks like we got here just in time. Yeah. From what I've heard, these places downtown get crowded really quick around this time on weekends. Ah, so you planned ahead. You got that right. If I can, I'd rather avoid having to deal with a crap ton of people. You and me both. I don't know what it is with me in crowds, but I try to stay away from them as much as I can. Is that why you wait for everyone to leave the room first before going home? You notice that?
Kind of.
Yeah, it's something like that. We resume looking over the menu to get familiar with what they've got. It's not long before the waiter stops by and we finally order. I order some kind of chicken pasta, and Natsuki, interestingly enough, does the same. So she is mirroring your actions. Very interesting indeed. When we're done ordering, I reach for my wallet and pull out my card. Put it as a single ticket.
Wait, what are you doing?
Don't worry, it's on me.
Come on, at least let me pay for it.
Like I said, it's on me. At least from what my mom told me, it's only fair that I pay for the both of us since it's the gentleman thing to do. Natsuki still looks upset as my card gets charged and handed back to me. It's alright. It's alright. I don't know. It's alright.
Fine.
She's got this defeated look on her face as I put my wallet away. It's at that moment where I realize I don't know what to do now. Oh, great! It's like, what do I have to do? Isn't that the million-dollar question? Am I supposed to talk to her about something? Talk? I didn't know I was supposed to do that! Like, what do I even talk about? Bungee jumping. Okay, no. We sit in agonizing silence as we nervously glance between each other and the environment around us. Come on, at least try to say something to her. So,
Not totally what I expected it to be, but it's okay.
Huh?
This place, I mean. Not the date, of course.
Oh, right. And I thought I said it wasn't a date.
Well, it sure feels like one to me. You know, just the two of us here. Here at a decent restaurant. The fact we're both struggling to say anything to each other, and it's awkward as hell.
Oh, right. You noticed that?
You're pretty easy to read, Daniel, not gonna lie.
What the? Oh, come on.
Like right now, you should see the look on your face.
Koto did always used to brag about how she could read me like a book. She'd probably have a field day if she could see this. Best not to think about her too much about her right now, though. Focus on the girl right in front of you. Even if I am, you just admitted you're also feeling awkward. Gotcha. She freezes up and looks away.
It's not like I go out all that much, alright? Especially with the way my dad is. He'd probably kill me if he knew I was here with a guy.
Wait, so then what did you tell him?
I just told him I was going to hang out with a friend from school. At least, it's not a total lie, right? He'd go ballistic if he knew a guy asked me out.
I think back to the crazy maniac I fought that night. I feel kind of bad for making you lie to your dad, though. Especially if he's the overprotective type.
Hey, don't sweat it. Besides, it's just a white lie. I want to have my own social life, and I can't do that if he's holding the reins on me forever.
The reins? You make him sound like some dictator or like some cruel Master Santa Claus.
Okay, maybe I wouldn't go that far, but you understand me, right?
Yeah, I get you. I guess it's different for some parents. My mom was over the moon when I told her I was meeting up with a girl today.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. She wouldn't stop gushing over how glad she was that I was getting out more and taking a big step up. Or taking a big step in growing up. She was there even giving me all this advice and junk for today.
Like paying for my food?
You're still hung up on that?
It's the 21st century, Daniel. I know you're trying to be nice and courteous to me, but it just makes me feel bad for some reason. Like, you shouldn't be giving me all this special treatment.
Part of it was because of my mom, but I wanted to treat you because I wanted to treat you. There's no shame in that, right?
Well, no. But at least next time let me pay for my own meals. I get that you're trying to be sweet to me, but I'm going to feel bad if you keep doing things like this for me. I'm just saying.
Well...
I just hope you don't turn out to be one of those heroes of justice type... Dang it. I just hope you don't turn out to be one of those heroes of justice types who feel like they have to run to the girl and save her every single time.
Kind of like the MC in Blue Skies a little bit, and certain other mods too. Like a certain specific mod that really made me suffer. Make me suffer. And it also happened to have Natsuki as like the featured girl. But yeah, anyway. Not your favorite type of guy, I take it.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's nice to have a guy who wants to be there for you and treat you right, but come on. That sounds like a weird one-sided relationship to me. Both sides have to contribute something or else it doesn't work.
She wistfully looks past me as she says those words. Is she talking from experience with her mom or what? Either way, it's clear I struck a chord somewhere. Natsuki, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
Don't worry about it.
Alright. I'll keep that in mind for the future. Note to self. Mom's advice isn't some one-size-fits-all magical solution for how to treat girls. Assuming she is talking from first-hand experience, Natsuki's mom might have had a different idea about how relationships work. Yeah, well... I really wanted to, like, kind of try to see about writing Natsuki's mom. Like, I had a lot of things planned out for her, although for a different mod. And, well, yeah, unfortunately, like, considering she died, like, 3 years before this game takes place, yeah, obviously. So we only get to hear a little bit about what she was like in the dialogue. But kind of, sort of, like, yes, this is sort of a reason, like, why, like, some bit of foreshadowing, like, why her and Kaido were kind of, you know, their relationship was struggling a bit, because it's like, okay, well, somewhere one of us has to draw the line. Two different moms from two walks of life. Who knows? At this point, I'm just guessing and assuming. Maybe my mom is a bit old-fashioned at heart. It isn't soon after that our food is brought over to us, served piping hot. After that bit of awkwardness, we ended up talking about boring stuff like school as we ate. Eventually, we moved on to real topics, like bungee jumping. Alright, now. Wait a minute. You actually like manga and anime?
What, you have a problem with that?
Well, no, but it's just that...
You haven't met other girls who like that stuff, right?
Yeah. Well, I haven't met too many other girls in general, but that's besides the point. I've just had people write me off as being some kind of pervert or little kid because I like that stuff.
Welcome to my world. Well, not the pervert part, but the little kid part. You have no idea how much I wish I could talk to my other friends, but no. Ew, you like that stuff? Nah, you're such a little kid. Ugh, it's so annoying. Have they even bothered reading some of the latest manga or light novels out there? I'm tempted to say the storyline is better than half the junk they have in theaters nowadays.
Yes, because it's all just a bunch of unimaginative sequels and reboots that don't do anything. Okay, yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that. Finally, somebody who gets it. Sure, there's stuff for little kids out there, but they have stuff geared at older audiences too. I'd love to show someone an episode of Higurashi and see if they tell me it's still for little kids after that. And because, well, recently I had a couple people actually kind of like, well, not exactly complain, but they seem to be very confused about like some of the anime and, well, the anime references, yes, but also like some bits of Japanese culture in there, like the whole thing of like when Yuri tells MC like I'm so glad you didn't dye your hair blonde and become a delinquent. Like, that's kind of it's kind of a trope that shows up in some anime things, and I think like even some games. But yeah, apparently, I don't know. So, well, for one thing, all I can say is this has to stay. But I might just get rid of the delinquent dialogue, or well, that delinquent dialogue. Anyhow, for those not familiar, Higurashi also goes by the name of When They Cry, which is probably one of the most goriest anime series that I've ever seen. So, yes. I doubt... yeah. It's definitely not for the faint of heart, put it to you that way.
Sure, violence and gore for all ages.
Kid tested and mom approved.
Oh god, seeing the look on their face would be hilarious.
I don't think she ever does the hilarious in this mod, but... well, I'm gonna give it to her anyway. You're probably gonna see it on the screen somewhere. Yeah. I get you, though. I can't talk about that stuff with whatever few people still tolerate me, for one thing. Everyone else
just thinks you're weird or not normal.
Yep. Even back then, I got made fun of for not being a normal boy. Fruits of the Literature Club, anybody? Yeah, I haven't played that mod, but I know a lot of people who meme that line to death, and I'm just like, you know what the hell?
Well then, I guess by that standard, I'm not much of a normal girl either.
Hello, gaggle of friends! I am a normal girl!
Honestly, I don't care what people think, but eventually it does get kind of...
lonely. Natsuki nods sadly.
I mean, so what if I like manga and anime? It's not like it's a crime or anything. People should just like whatever they want without anyone else making a huge deal out of it.
I'm with you there. What a world that would be if everyone thought like that. We both laughed bitterly before falling into a moment of silence. Oh. I haven't laughed like this in ages. Not since... well, you know. Even then, I couldn't even talk too much about anime with Kotonoa. While she did like certain series, it was mostly... oh my... romps! Okay, well... it was mostly romance and drama, or crime and... dang it. It was mostly romance and drama, or crime and thriller-oriented. Upon seeing we both finished eating, we get up from our chairs. Dare I ask what kind of series you enjoy reading and watching?
I mean, it's not like I watch a lot of stuff with mushy romance and junk.
Well, Kodo, she has you there.
There are some exceptions every now and again, though. I like to watch stuff with fantasy elements, for one thing. I don't really have a certain type I lean to, since I tend to watch a bit of everything that has a good plot that speaks to me.
Ah, I see you're well-versed in cultivating your tastes.
Well, yeah, you know that old saying. Don't judge a book by its cover. Plus, there's some series that start out looking cute and innocent, just to throw you in for a loop halfway in.
Like the Madoka series! Like, seriously, that was like... 3 episodes in, and oh boy. A lot of horror series tend to do that a lot.
Don't even get me started on horror. That might be one of the only genres I don't touch regularly.
Just not that into horror?
I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I know some general stuff about some series like Higurashi, but otherwise I'd rather not go all in.
Understandable. Everyone is free to enjoy the things they like, right? It's like you said.
Yeah. And don't you forget it.
This is a judgment-free zone, after all. Kind of like how I say my channel is, you know, mostly a judgment-free zone. Unless it's like... Unless you're trying to force your ideology at me, then I would probably say something about it. But otherwise, yeah, it's like... whatever. Natsuki playfully shoves me as we make our way through the streets downtown. What was that for? For being an idiot! Okay, no.
You're so stupid sometimes.
Hey, well, stupid is as stupid does.
Do you even know what that means?
Well, not really, but the movie made a crap ton of money. Forrest Gump, in case anyone's wondering.
For real, though. I'm glad I got the point across to somebody.
I feel the way you would, so I'm not even going to rag on you for not liking horror stuff. So long as you don't rag on me for liking something like Super Henkei Hero Force when I was younger.
Aw, come on, there's nothing wrong with that series. I mean, sure, it got corny sometimes, but it had some really emotional moments in there, too.
I mean, I only say that considering all the teasing I got in junior high and all.
Let him think whatever. It's their loss.
Yeah. They're totally missing out on Lord Glavion and the almighty unicorn!
Okay, you got me there. That was pretty corny. Especially the way the ninja consultant Six Shogun reacted.
Yes. Well, because I doubt anyone remembers that old Let's Play. Or the game, for that matter. It's like, gentlemen, behold! This is Unicorn! Soon the Earth is going to become a part of me! And then the ninja consultant goes, or something like that. Like, I can never do it, like, consistently all the time, but basically.
Still, though, something like Praxis Preem sacrificing his life for the fate of the world still gets to you.
We continue... oh god. We continue our conversation as we leave the busy downtown streets and find ourselves at the park.
Well, here we are, Nature Boy.
You're still not going to let that go, are you?
Nope.
She gives me a cheeky grin as she leads the way. You have somewhere in mind?
Kind of.
Alright, then lead the way, I guess. Natsuki confidently takes charge and resumes walking on ahead of me. I look around my surroundings as we press forward. I think I remember this place.
Can't say I'm surprised. There aren't that many parks around this area, so I'm sure you'd have seen it at some point.
Well, yeah, but I mean... I think my mom used to take me here when I was little. That was forever ago, though. She hesitates a bit before continuing.
Same, really. I used to play here when I was little. This was actually where I met Yuri for the first time.
Yeah, if I could have ever gotten to establish, like, more of, like, my modding universe, then we would actually get to see more of, like, how Yuri and Natsuki are actually, like, already acquainted with each other. At least in my modding universe. I know it's definitely different for everyone else's. Like, I know... Okay, well, base game obviously left a lot to the imagination, but... Like, the side stories in DDLC Plus definitely made it seem like... Yeah, all of them had never met each other before until Monica started up the literature club with Sayori's help.
You know her, right?
Yeah. I've met her a few times, and Kodono used to mention her in passing now and again.
Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure you've never been to the section of the park I'm about to show you.
Is that so?
Just come on and I'll show you.
I shrug my shoulders and resume trailing behind her. It looks like she's leading me further away from the areas in the park I remember playing in as a kid. Huh. I wonder where she's taking me. It's kind of got me a little on edge for some reason. Whatever the case, I hope she's not some psycho like her dad. It's like, why are you taking me out here? Why not just stay out here, where there are witnesses? This would be a good chance for her to lead me to some place to get me alone and beat the crap out of me. Well,
Pretty cool, right? It's funny how I never see a lot of people here. I guess hardly anyone ever comes out this far.
yeah. I sure never did. I'd always get scolded if I went out too far.
Same. Although one time I just wandered off when my dad wasn't paying attention and I ended up here.
Rebelling against your dad at such a young age?
Oh, shut it. Besides, I just got bored, that's all. I wasn't trying to make him angry or anything. Anyway, I ended up here, and it didn't look like a lot of people came out this far.
It also looks like that hasn't changed. This must be on the other side of the park. Kind of a waste, no one comes around here much.
Yeah, but their loss is our gain, right?
True. Natsuki walks over and plops herself down on the lone bench. I follow behind and awkwardly sit right next to her. This is a bit out of my comfort zone personally, but for some reason, I feel a little more at ease with her by my side. Who would have guessed something like this was out here?
People busy playing by the rules, that's who.
You say you weren't trying to make your dad angry, but look at you now.
Sometimes you have to bend the rules a little and take risks if you want to get ahead, right? So I took that risk, and here we are now.
I almost feel like she means it in more ways than one, but best to keep that to myself. I look down at the lake alongside her. I mean, you have a point there. No denying that. In my case, though, breaking the rules backfires on me more often than not. And then that leads me to getting stuck or set back.
Is that so? I guess you have to be more creative whenever you do it then.
Probably, but then... It's like, yes, but you didn't see what happened to the school that one time when he broke the rules.
Huh. Anyone ever tell you you might have a future being a liar? Huh. It wouldn't be the first time somebody did that. Amy used to say I have the mind cut out for it all the time.
She falls silent upon saying her name. It's okay if you still miss her, Natsuki.
Tell me, do you still miss Kotonoha?
That came out of left field pretty quickly. She's turned away from me slightly. And I take a deep breath. If I'm being honest, yeah, I do miss her from time to time. Especially right around this time of year. It's been a little over a year now, but it still feels like it was last week or something. Amy meant a lot to you, almost the same way Kotonoha meant a lot to me. Yeah, for the record, Natsuki did not exactly see Amy as a romantic partner of any sort, as opposed to the way MC viewed Kotonoha, but it's the same general idea. I know people go around telling you how time heals all wounds, but I think there's some wounds that won't go away completely, no matter how much time goes by.
Yeah. I just don't know how long I'm going to feel this way.
Hard to say. Everyone is different with how they go through the whole grieving process. Kind of like I said before about my grandma, right?
Yeah, I remember that. I finally cried, but only after some bit of time passed.
And that's okay. There's no shame in that. Unless you're the old man who said men should never cry because it makes them weak. We remain quiet until I try to change the subject as best as I can. And I mean, going back, well, circling back just a little bit. In some cases, like, yeah, there are people who be like, time heals all wounds and whatever. And some people even say, like, you'll get over it eventually. Well, like in the case of my mom, even though it's been almost 8 years since she passed away by this point, I'm still not exactly, like, over it. There are days when, like, sometimes I really do just miss her, and, like, sometimes I'm even here, like, I wish I could just talk to you right now and not just hear your voice again, but also just, like, you always used to know a lot. It felt like I could almost go to you about anything and you knew what to say. And I'm just kind of here like, I wish I could just hear your advice one more time. At least to help me get through this. And then on the flip side of things, it's been almost 3 years since Darlene passed away, and even though things ended pretty badly, it's like she still meant a lot to me. And it still does just kind of hurt me inside, just thinking the fact that, well, I wanted her to be happy. That's one reason why I tried everything I could to be there for her. But in the end, well, she just kind of closed herself off for me and pushed me away. And there really wasn't anything I could do about it. Anyway, is this like your secret spot or whatever? So, your secret spot.
You could say that. I know it sounds silly, but I like to think of it more like my sanctuary. I like to come here a lot whenever I need time to think or blow off some steam.
I get that. It is a pretty nice spot, I have to say. Considering there's not a lot of people, it seems pretty peaceful and quiet as well. So, and quiet.
And that's exactly why I like it. That and the lake is pretty nice to look at as well.
It's kind of mesmerizing, I have to admit. Indeed it is.
Right?
I guess I can see why you like to come here.
I don't let just anyone in on this little secret, so you better feel special.
I'm honored that you've shared your secret sanctuary with me. She playfully gives me a shove before putting her hand down, right on top of mine. I feel my face get warmer as I look down at my hand. Looking at her, the red tinge on her cheeks is kind of adorable. We both pull our hands back and look away from each other. What was that? I nervously fiddle with the pendant as I turn to look at her. She looks back at me sheepishly. It's kind of jarring not seeing her being so confident or in your face, like I've gotten used to her being.
So, what's that you got there?
Huh? Oh, this thing? It's some kind of pendant I got a while back. I don't usually wear it all that much, but I just felt like it today.
Never picked you as the jewelry type.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure why I have it, as stupid as it sounds. I just got it on a whim from Yuri along with that lock and key. As far as I know, I don't really even need this thing for anything else anymore.
So, you don't know why you have it, but you have it anyway.
Okay, Miss Future Lawyer. I reach around my neck to pull it off. I then surprise Natsuki by putting it around her neck. If you're so interested in it, why don't you have it?
What the? Huh? I can't take this from you.
Why not? You said so yourself. Besides, I don't think I want or need it much anymore, so it's okay.
But then how much did it cost you?
Not a single penny since it was just given to me by someone else. Sure as hell not going to tell her I got it from Yuri because of some curse.
Are you sure about this?
It's fine. Trust me. I'd feel better knowing it'll end up with someone that'll appreciate more than I would. If you don't like it, you can just give it to someone else.
No! I mean, I guess I'll keep it since you were nice enough to give it to me.
Alright, then it's settled. With that out of the way, we take a moment to admire the setting sun just overhead.
I don't think I've ever watched the sunset from this place. Of course, I've never been alone like this with a guy before either.
I suppose there's a first time for everything.
Wait. Oh, damn it, what time is it?
I think it's almost 6 p.m. judging by the sunset.
Damn it, I have to get home.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just have to be home before my dad gets all worked up and worried about me, that's all. Ugh.
Don't need me to walk you home or anything?
No, it's fine. It's not that far from here anyway. I'd like to stay longer here with you, but...
I understand. Don't worry about it. We can always try doing this again another time, right?
Yeah. I really enjoyed today. Thanks for asking me out.
Huh. I guess this really was a date then, wasn't it? She's like, you barely realize it now?
Huh. You idiot. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
With that, Natsuki scurries away. I lean back on the bench a bit, still processing the day's events. What even happened just now? What was all of that? I guess I'll never know. I sigh deeply before getting up and start making my way home. June 9th. And nothing of any relative importance happened whatsoever. It's been about a day, but the events from yesterday are still swirling around my head. I haven't felt this way since... Wait, is that right? I mean... But... I love you, Kotonoa. But then I never... That's right. I never even told her how I felt when she was alive. I wanted to, but I couldn't bring myself to. Is this even right? I don't want to forget about her, but then there's nothing I can do for her now. It's been 1 full year and a month since she died. All this time has gone by, and I still have her in my memory. And yet, being with Natsuki yesterday and talking to her... I don't even know anymore. Ugh. I plop myself headfirst into a pillow. The way I feel when I'm around Natsuki is so much like the way I felt around Koto back then. Being with her and talking with her. As stupid as it sounds, I felt more alive than I have in the last year or so being with her. At the same time, though, part of it just feels wrong to me. I don't know why. I lift up my head and look at the diary. I haven't read anything from it in a while. Honestly, I don't know if I should, especially after yesterday. I get up and grab the book from my nightstand. Out of sight, out of mind. That's how the saying goes, right? I toss the diary back into the trunk and lock it up. As much as I'd like to have an idea where Natsuki stands after our date, I can't bring myself to find out. Not to mention, it's dishonest, as Mio put it, and I shouldn't even be looking at it. My mind isn't even in the right place with all these thoughts rattling in my head, so why add to the problem? Today is Sunday. I've got school tomorrow. I might as well try to relax for the rest of the night and put this out of my head. Who knows? As far as you know, maybe you're overthinking everything and it's not as bad as you're making it. Maybe Natsuki doesn't even see you that way and you're just being an idiot. That's it. Besides, who in their right mind would ever fall in love with you? Not Kodanoa, that's for sure. I stop for a moment when I think back to Friday and what Natsuki said before. You're not creepy or whatever else. You're not creepy or whatever else you said people think about you. If any girl ever tells you that you're creepy, they're just doing that to make them feel better about themselves. Or make themselves feel better. Who am I trying to kid here? I fall back into my bed and turn the TV on. Maybe there's something that'll take my mind off things. Say hello to my little friend! Hola! And yeah, gunfire. I'm sorry, we couldn't afford it. Is there anything else on right now? Or is there anything else on right now? As I'm fumbling with the remote, my phone starts ringing. Huh? That's weird. Almost no one ever calls me. I pick it up and see the caller ID. Huh? Why is Natsuki calling me right now? I waste no time answering. Daniel! She almost sounds like she was crying before calling me. Natsuki? What's wrong? Are you okay? I'm sorry. I didn't know who else to call. Easy now. What's wrong? It's Dad! He's... Where is he? He's in the slammer! What? How the hell did that happen? Natsuki sounds like she's about to start going into panic mode. Take it easy. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to right now. No. Since I hinted at it before, I might as well say it. He was struggling with his old job, so he took up something on the side at night. I wasn't sure what, though. I figured it might have been something like being a drug dealer. I hoped I was wrong, but I didn't think he actually did any of that stuff. Oh, shit. I just got a call from the police. And there was a drug bust earlier. My dad was there. They've got him in custody now. I knew things were bad, but I didn't think they were that bad to where he'd actually stoop to doing shit like this. Natsuki, where are you right now? I'm at home. At least for now. For now? Where are you going to be staying? My aunt. Dad's older sister. They called her as well. She's on her way to get me since she feels like I can't be left alone like this. Ugh. Why did this have to happen? Why did this all have to happen? I thought things were going to start getting better, especially after yesterday. It sounds like she's about to break down crying. Natsuki, I have to go now. My aunt is going to be here for me soon. I'll see you at school later. Before I can say anything, the call ends. I put my phone down and roll over into my bed. What even was all that? Here I thought I was saving Natsuki's life, but now? No. Maybe I'm overthinking things here. Maybe it's not as bad as it sounds. The guy was a psychopath, right? Maybe it's a good thing he's locked up. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure like some mods would agree with you there. If he loses his mind again, there's no way he can kill Natsuki this time. Yeah. As cruel as it sounds, maybe this is a good thing and her life will get better now. At least, I hope so. I don't even know anymore. June 10th, 2019, the next day. Natsuki didn't show up for school today. She said she'd see me in school later, but she wouldn't lie to me, right? I don't know why this has me so worried, but it does. I spoke with Yuri earlier today, and she told me to come on by after school. I ring the doorbell and wait for her. After a few moments, I hear some fumbling with the lock and the door opens. There you are, Daniel. Come inside. Thanks. I step inside as she closes the door behind me. We sit on opposite sides as we make our way into the living room. Man. Yeah, between this video and the last one, I don't know what's been going on with my throat. Now then, you were telling me about how Natsuki's life is apparently worse now, thanks to you screwing things up? More or less. I did see some police crowded around her house this morning on my way to school. Would that have anything to do with it? Ugh, damn it. Daniel? What's going on? Tell me. It's like this. Natsuki's dad is in jail now because he became a drug dealer. Her eyes widen and she stares at me in shock. Yeah. Talk about things going from bad to worse, right? Natsuki was telling me how he was looking for a job, but that he was sneaking off at night doing whatever and she had no clue what he was up to. Goodness. I had no idea things had gotten that bad for her. Apparently they were. I can only hope it isn't because of... No, it can't be. Because of what? Looking into things more, I stumbled onto something that confirmed a suspicion I had. Essentially, even if you are successful in meeting the terms of a wish or deal with Tarankos, or... Okay, I think this is... I guess maybe get rid of the word fulfilled. Essentially, even if you are successful in meeting the terms of a wish or deal with Tarankos, there's a catch involved. Wait. So aside from him being a pathological liar, saying whatever he wants... That's right. It seems that while you might get what you want, there will always be a downside involved. In this case, you saved Natsuki's life and she gets to live. Now, though... Now it seems like her life is taking a turn for the worse. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the term, but it almost sounds like a monkey's paw situation. The hell? Damn! There's no winning with this guy! It's just a hunch, but let's just hope for Natsuki's sake that I'm off the mark. Tell me what happened, or tell me exactly what happened when you found out about all of this. Okay. She called me up scared on Sunday, and told me everything about how her dad got caught dealing drugs. She mentioned her aunt was coming for her, but she didn't say much of anything else before hanging up on me. But she didn't really say much of anything else. She said she'd see me at school, but I didn't see her at all today, and I have no idea what's going on since she's not answering her phone. Where is she now, though? Do you know? No. Aside from her aunt apparently going for her. That's all I know. Oh dear. What?
I know we haven't spoken in a long time, but I did stumble into a conversation where Natsuki was talking about her aunt. Did she say it was her father's sister?
That's what she said. Why?
Oh, right. I wasn't sure if her mother had any siblings, as she never mentioned it to me. Anyway, from what I remember, she likened her aunt to a bitter old witch who hated life, more or less.
What? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm afraid not. Those were her exact words, but that's why I mentioned it's been a while since we've last spoken.
If that's not her life taking a turn for the worse, I don't know what is then.
I would try reaching out to her if I could, just to help you. I would try reaching out to her if you could.
Comma.
Just to help put you at ease. Although, we did know each other and spoke regularly, but she and I had something of a falling out over a year ago.
She never mentioned that to me. In fact, she's never said anything bad about you. She mentioned you in her diary once and thought you didn't like talking to her anymore.
Well, that's somewhat of a relief. I could have sworn she hated me. That's not the important matter at hand, though. My point is that things could have changed since then, and perhaps her aunt isn't so much of a bitter old miser as she made her out to be.
I'd like to hope so. Wait, you said that you and Natsuki had a falling out?
Not one of my proudest moments, but yes. Why do you ask?
Now that I'm thinking about it, I had no idea what she meant when she wrote about how you didn't like talking to her anymore.
Yes. A while back, we had something of an argument when she tried to introduce me to her favorite manga. I argued that I wasn't interested in such things, as it wasn't to my liking. I feel as though she took it the wrong way and things soured between us since then.
She did tell me how she didn't have anyone to share all that stuff with. She also told me how she'd get made fun of for it. People ragging on her for liking kids stuff and whatever. Maybe you accidentally hit a sore spot for her or something like that.
When you put it that way, it does seem to make more sense now. Or, it does seem to make sense now. That was never my intention, although I am often so terrible with expressing my thoughts verbally. I must have just... to think our falling out was caused by a simple misunderstanding.
I mean, I wasn't there, so I can't say for sure. At least from the time I've spent with her, that's what I can come up with.
It sounds as though the two of you have gotten rather close.
I can feel those awkward feelings bubbling up in me again. I think Yuri catches onto how uneasy I am.
Daniel, you don't hate Natsuki, do you?
What? No! I mean, sure I didn't know anything about her before, but after we got to talking and even spending the afternoon on Saturday, I just...
The fact she could confide in you in her time of need shows that you mean a great deal to her. The way you're so concerned about her now, it's clear she means a great deal to you as well.
Yeah, but... I don't know what's wrong with me.
Wrong? Whatever do you mean? There's nothing to be ashamed of, Daniel. I think it's wonderful that you two have gotten along so well.
There's more to it than that, Yuri. The way I feel about her. I haven't felt this way about anyone since. She nervously walks over and puts a hand on my shoulder, giving me a sympathetic look. She sits down next to me as I make room for her.
I can imagine how difficult it's been having to carry on without her. You meant a lot to her, Daniel. Maybe she didn't know how you felt about her, but I imagine if she did, she wouldn't want you to go through life feeling so sad and miserable without her.
I know! But when I think about her and what I'm feeling toward Natsuki, It feels like
an insult to her memory?
she hit the nail right on the head. All I can do is give a sad nod.
I can assure you that's not the case here. You're not insulting her memory by trying to move forward with your own life.
I know it sounds so goddamn stupid, but I don't want to forget about her.
You won't, Daniel. The fact we're here right now talking about her shows she still holds a lot of meaning to you. As I said before, you meant a great deal to her as well. Maybe she didn't express it so overtly to you, but she did with me whenever we spoke.
She did?
Absolutely. I learned a lot about you from her. Frankly, more than I anticipated, if you ask me.
Oh.
I didn't mean it in a bad way. I mean in the sense that I learned probably whatever I needed to, and more to understand you. And that was only in the times when I ever asked her about you. Point being here is that she cared about you at the end of the day. She wouldn't want to see you so miserable and unable to be happy in your life, and unable to be happy in life. I can already hear her saying she couldn't forgive herself, knowing she did that to you.
I see.
It's clear that you'll never forget her, Daniel, so there's nothing to worry about. Likewise, moving on with your life wouldn't be an insult to her memory. If you truly have something special with Natsuki, I would say it's best not to have anything left unsaid, like with Kodonoa.
Who knew you had the makings of a therapist in you?
What? Oh, well, I only felt that...
No, I'm only saying since it's not often you speak your mind like that. Whenever Kodo mentioned you, she said that she wished you would speak your mind more and not keep things so locked up.
It seems she had a few things left unsaid herself. Things she couldn't bring herself to say to us directly, at least.
Looks that way.
Alright. For now, I would say to just keep an eye out for Natsuki at school. Don't worry so much about calling or texting her. While I'm certain she would appreciate you wanting to see if she's okay, I somehow imagine a number of incessant calls and text messages might overwhelm her. I'll make sure Mio and I are behind you every step of the way, so don't worry on that front. That's exactly why I advised her about removing her ring too much during this time.
Wait, so you told her to keep wearing it? I thought you two were just trying to make some kind of fashion statement.
No. A part of me deep down felt it would have been too easy for Tyrankos to simply let you off the hook upon completing the terms of the curse. I didn't want to alarm you, so I never said anything out loud. I did, however, caution Mio about the ring after I told her why I was feeling so ill at ease about the matter. She agreed, and she told me she wanted to continue being there for you.
Wow. Thank you, Yuri.
It's no problem at all. I understand how difficult it's going to be, but for now, try not to overthink the situation with Natsuki so much until you have concrete evidence of what's going on.
Alright. I'll do my best. And thanks again, by the way.
It's no problem at all. If anything happens, please don't hesitate to let me know, alright?
You've got it. After parting ways with Yuri, I begin walking home. There are so many things swirling around in my mind right now. Not just the whole thing with Natsuki, but everything Yuri unloaded on me back there. It's all just... That's when I stop in my tracks and change course. I guess it would have been too much to come here and expect to see Natsuki again. I plop myself in the lone bench or maybe on the lone bench, and look out at the lake in front of me. All this time, I was so afraid of forgetting about Kodonoa. As silly as it sounds, it felt like if I ever forgot her, it'd be the same as acting like she never existed to begin with. Hearing all this from Yuri. Tell me, Kodo, when I die, is there a chance I'll ever get to see you again? I look up into the sky, asking a pointless question I know I'll never get an answer to. I let out a deep sigh as I run my hands through my hair. I just need to calm myself down just like Yuri said. Although, considering everything I've been through up to now, I'm surprised I didn't have a mental breakdown sooner. I close my eyes and try to lose myself in the serene ambience of the lake view. Yep, of the lake view. Natsuki said she'd come by here to calm herself down, right? Maybe that's why I subconsciously forced myself over here. After taking a few moments to myself, I start to feel a little bit better. A while passes before I get up and resume going home. I think taking a moment to literally stop and breathe helped out quite a bit. After all, I hardly had any time for that when this whole thing began. Whether I was trying to solve the mystery of Natsuki's death to straight up fighting her old man mano a mano, I've almost always been doing something that's kept me on edge. Or I guess I'm almost always on edge. Yeah, I guess I'm almost always on edge. Maybe it's just getting to me finally. I just have to... Well, what do we have here? Great. Out of all the people in the world, why did I run into him? I slowly turn around to see his stupid face. I actually hadn't seen him in a while. It felt good, but I guess all good things have to end sometime, right? Where are you off to on this fine day, little edgelord? Nowhere that concerns you. Ouch. What's with the tough guy act? I'm just asking a simple question here. Bold of you to assume I even want to talk to you right now. Huh. Yeah, just keep up the edgelord act. It's gonna get pretty old soon. After that, you're going to end up all alone. I bet not even your small little girlfriend would want to put up with you. Or, I bet not even your small little girlfriend would want to put up with you. What did you say? Yeah, I've seen you hanging out with that side-wrenching girl. I've got to say, isn't she technically a step down from that last girl who used to be around? Sure, she's cute and all, but I have to admit, Kodonoa really had it going on. No. Remember what you said to Mio. Even though it's really tempting to beat his stupid face in while there's no witnesses around, he's just trying to get to you. That's all it is. Just remember, even Aiko is smarter than he is. He probably doesn't understand half of the words coming out of his stupid mouth right now. Then again, who am I to judge, right? You're right, especially since you're always off simping for a different girl every single day. That got him. The fuck you just say to me? Or the fuck you say to me? I turn around and keep on walking. What the hell? Get back over here, fuckface! Nah. I'm done talking to you, monkey boy. I'd much rather go home now than spend another minute listening to you. Thankfully, he doesn't try to follow me. At least he has some idea of when to quit. I'll give him that. Now, I can try to relax and unwind at home. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and save things here. So, yes, it seems like we had a very good moment with Natsuki. And then everything just went to hell in a handbasket real fast. Well, I guess we're gonna find out and see what happens next. I'll just warn you right now, you're gonna be in for a roller coaster of emotions. Especially if I am able to plan the video out to where I include probably one of my favorite moments in this story, then yeah, it definitely is going to be a roller coaster. But anyway, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with whatever else I do. Stay golden, and later, folks.